is Bagus Yuada Ginting, and I'm student of Universitas of North Sumatra. Maybe you all have never seen me, cause this is my first vlog. Talk about vlog. We can discuss any problem here, but sure, we still have to keep the way we speak because in fact, vlog will be watched by many people and not infrequently. Also, what we have show an example for other than ordinary people record their private life in vlogs or question and answer about their online shop or talk about news or showbiz. But I'm going to discuss science that have never been talked about before. Yes, I will discuss about history of political Islam. First vlog, but directly discuss about history of political Islam. Why not? Okay, let's we talk. The political aspect of Islam comes from the Quran and Sunnah. Sunnah is the sayings and behavior of the Prophet Muhammad, and Muslim history and element of the political movement both inside and outside of Islam. Traditional political concepts in Islam include leadership by the successor of the Prophet, who is called the Caliph, Imam in Shia, the importance of following Sharia law, and obligation for the leader to consult the Surah Council in governing the country, and the obligation of overthrow unjust leaders. Tremendous changes occurred in the Islamic world when the Ottoman Empire collapsed and was dissolved in 1924. During the 19th and 20th century, a common theme in Islamic politics was resistance to Western imperialism and the application of Sharia law in any way, both democratically and militarily. The defeat of the Arab army in the Six-Day War, the end of the Cold War, and the collapse of the Soviet Union and communism and alternative has changed the epoch of Islamic movement, such as Islamism, Islamic fundamentalism, and Islamic democracy, especially in the context of the decisive especially in the context of the desertification especially in the context of desertification with secular leadership in the Islam. Tremendous changes occurred in the Islamic world when the Ottoman Empire collapsed and was dissolved in 1924. During the 19th and 20th century, a common theme in Islamic politics was resistance to Western imperialism and the application of Sharia law in any way, both democratically and militarily. The defeat of the Arab army in the Six-Day War, the end of the Cold War, and the collapse of the Soviet Union and communism and alternative has changed the epoch of Islamic movement, such as Islamism, Islamic fundamentalism, and Islamic democracy, especially in the context of desertification. The origin of Islam as the political movement has begun since the time of Prophet Muhammad in 622 Masehi. In recognition of his prophetic claim, Muhammad was invited to lead the city of Medina. At the time, two clans controlled the city, one Arab Bani and other Banu Khazraj. Disagree. The citizens of Medina regard Muhammad as the neutral, just an impartial outsider, expected to reconcile this conflict. Muhammad and his followers moved to Medina, where Muhammad composed the Medina Charter. This document appoints Muhammad as the leader of the city while acknowledging him as the apostle of Allah. The law that Muhammad applied when ruling on the basis of Quran and Sunnah, which is then regarded by Muslims as Sharia or Islamic law, is now upheld by the Islamic movement of the present day. Muhammad gained many followers and formed an army. His influence the extent and conquered his native city of Mecca, and then spread throughout of the Arabian Peninsula thanks to combination of diplomacy and military conquest. Today, many Islam or Islamic party movement are growing in most countries of Muslim democracy or country with Muslim majority. There are also many militant Islamic groups operating in different parts of the world. The controversial term Islamist fundamentalism is also mentioned by some non-Muslims to describe the religious and political aspirations of militant Islamic groups. The term Islamic democracy and Islamic fundamentalism often mix in various groups that are in the name of Islam and fight for Islam movement, which has a diverse history, ideology, and context. So, at least I have conveyed my opinion and views on the history of political Islam. In this country, we are free to speak and argue, right? But the point, remember, is keep the good and honest news. No hoax. Okay? Guys, see you on me next vlog.